What's going on, guys? It's Triticaz, and I just wanted to record a quick 10-minute video to talk about my current positions and specifically to talk about Ethereum. We've seen a really nice run from Ethereum, and I took some profit today, so wanted to talk about that briefly. Bitcoin, I was also in a long in. I longed Ethereum and Bitcoin both on this spike down. It was 8 on March 5th. So on this spike down, entry wasn't quite as good on Bitcoin, but I took profit just now here as well at Monday's high and took profit on Ethereum on this sweep. It was on this up candle right there. Swept this high into hourly supply. And I think we also have, the bottom of this 6-hour supply is also right here. So, but still, it's the hourly level that I was kind of looking at a little more closely. And I do have a rule, I've talked about this in a couple of videos, I think, where any hourly sweep, a sweep of a significant high, I will take profit. It just turns out that this time I closed this entire position because, I'm really happy with a 4.6R trade, and also Ethereum was pretty much going straight up the entire day. That's 14%, and it's still the weekend. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen next, but I would rather take my chips off the table and then either enter if we get above this level and target this one, and then sure, I'm buying 10-20 bucks above where I sold, but I think it's worth it for the peace of mind if we just do something like this for a while and then get back above. I get back in and I didn't have to hold that entire time. So that's worth it to me. And also I preach this in the streams, but when we get to resistance, take profit there because you never know how far it's going to pull back. And then you can always get back in once we flip the resistance. So take profit at resistance, add back on the flip of resistance. So took profit on this. Let me clear that, and then I still need to journal it, so I don't want to delete it yet. Need to finish that up. But so this is the setup that I'm eyeing now. We have this really nice 8-hour demand. It was the last down candle before this breakup out of our consolidation here for the last week basically. So I really like this level, and I also like the fact that it is right on Monday's high as well. And I had, what was it? I think this marked out as a key high. And those were all right next to each other. Actually, it might have been this guy. Yeah, I think it was this. Anyway, so I've set some limits here, between here down to here. And I'm looking for a long to get back in on Ethereum. I'm still holding on my spot, but ETH BTC looks really good, so I actually converted some spot Bitcoin into Ethereum because this looks like accumulation to me, and this was the breakout we were looking for. Maybe pull back to here and then keep going, but overall I really like this, so I did convert some Bitcoin to Ethereum. But I want to continue to play Ethereum leverage longs just because I see a ton of upside with it. So if you catch some nice buys, catch some nice buys and then just ride this trend for as long as we can. I think if we get above 1800, we will see all-time highs again, but that's my initial take profit. If we do dip down, maybe we dip down in the next few hours and then rally again tomorrow, and then our whole weekend we basically would have gone straight up. And then maybe I'd look for even more of a pullback. But if we can get above this level, then I think we're coming for those highs right there. But I guess main idea, 8-hour demand, nice confluence with Monday's high right there. So I've got my limit set. Invalidation is right here because I think if it goes all the way down there, then this is just another fake out above Monday's high, and we might come test the monthly open. So But I mean, that's just if we lose this 1520 level. So that's my play right now for Ethereum. We'll see how it goes. I tweeted a chart of it so you guys can follow along, see how it pans out. Litecoin, I'm still bullish on Litecoin, but I want to see it get above 186. I like the confluence right here of this level, but I'm not entirely convinced that it doesn't pull back first. But I do think once it gets back above that, stops. I bought some, and my stop loss is right here. But if we break above this, I'm going to move my stop there as drawn with this, or I had that drawn earlier. But yeah, pretty much only thing I'm watching on that is if we can flip this 186, 187 level. I'm in DOT. I thought this was a really solid looking setup. This 4-hour candle was awesome. It did close above the monthly open, so I got a little faked out there, but my stop loss is at my invalidation. We have this 4-hour demand right here, and we have a hourly breaker inside the 4-hour demand. So that was some really nice confluence, and it bounced right from there. I wish I saw it a little bit earlier, because then I would have bid this breaker right there, but it's all good. It's in some profit now. I'm not moving my stop loss at all yet. If we break above this level, something like this, then I would move my stop loss up to here. Not a huge move, but it still would reduce my risk a little bit. And my stop loss, or sorry, my target on this is last week's high at just under $40. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about DOT. We'll see if this can hold above the monthly open, but as long as it does, I like our chances. And also this mid-range, this range I have on here is our weekly range from last week. Yeah, last week's range. So overall looking solid, looks fine. And then I'm in Sol as well. I tweeted out earlier today that I'm starting to build a position. I had to get a couple things done and wasn't able to get in this as early as I was hoping. I was watching it here and then had to leave my desk, came back, it pushed up a little, but I entered a half a position because I do think the low is in right here. Oops. I do think the low is in right here, and when I have my invalidation set, I can be a little less strict with my entry. And I only entered a partial. I just wanted to start building the position, and once we actually break and hold above the monthly open and Monday's low, I would compound on this trade. So what I would want to see right now, it kind of looks like we're ranging here, so maybe it chops around a little bit. Once it comes up and then really breaks out, I think a retest of the monthly open would be a long. I honestly would not be upset if we get a pullback or something, form a low there, and then break out, because then I have a new higher low to move my stop up to. But I will worry about that later. I just wanted to point this out as another trade that I'm in. So that's pretty much it. I'm long Sol, I'm long DOT. I have some Litecoin, but I'm waiting for it to break 187 to really add more onto that. And honestly, if it does that today, I probably won't add on, just because I'm reducing exposure a little bit in terms of my leverage plays, and kind of just want to enjoy the rest of the weekend. And I have my plan set in place for Ethereum, and I think Ethereum looks the cleanest. So I would just much rather play that. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see if we get that re-entry on Ethereum. Talk to you guys soon.